The Spin-off Podcast Network.
This is Kiwi is back for a brand new season with more inspiring kōrero from special guests including rugby player, father and role model TJ Perenara.
My family bring me joy. Rugby brings me joy too, but it's not the same joy as my family brings me.
And global dancer and choreographer Kirsten Dodgen.
For some reason, people think I'm very intimidating.
Listen to the new season of This is Kiwi, brought to you by the Spin-off Podcast Network in collaboration with KiwiBank. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Auto insurance can all seem the same until it comes time to use it. So don't get stuck paying more for less coverage. Switch to USAA Auto Insurance and you could start saving money in no time. Get a quote today. Restrictions apply. USAA.
It was good. Okay.
I'm going to try and minimise my yelping.
This is an insane view.
This is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. Okay. Welcome along to The Real Pod. My name's Jane Yee. I'm joined by Alex Casey and low angle of Duncan Grieve.
Hello.
On the spin-off.
This is ridiculous.
Look, it's the only way.
This is completely absurd. It takes me like 2-3 seconds to look up and then back down the chain.
You're going to get a bad neck just looking at me.
We're communicating over Skype, and my Skype picture is of Alex Casey just kind of floating down bottom right of my screen, and then Duncan is towering over me. Full screen, really. The whole left side. You're standing up, Dunk.
Yeah, I've had a bad couple of weeks with my sort of neck, back, and my neck, my back.
I knew it.
Your spine?
And my shoulder. Yeah.
I can't handle this.
So I'm trying to. This is like the best for me because otherwise, if I sit down, it's sore, and every so often I get shooting pains, and I have to make a little yelp.
What about if you just knelt on the floor?
Okay, I'll give that a go. I also have got bad knee sort of splints.
Oh,
I'm very old. Don't tell anybody. Okay.
That's better. That's good. I can see you both. This is great.
Vaguely normal.
This is The Real Pod. It's your reality TV recap and real life in New Zealand podcast, brought to you by the wonderful Nando's. We have, it's quite a hot take, I reckon.
What?
Nando's news. Well, the fact that the master griller, the lady griller, who's heading over to Ireland for the master grilling champs for Nando's, is vegetarian.
It's amazing. Isn't it amazing?
I mean, it's fine in this day and age,
like,
right?
who was the Beethoven? Which one didn't have
fingers? What?
Deaf.
Beethoven.
Beethoven.
Is it?
Oh,
Yeah.
we need
It's
cheese
exactly
here.
like that.
Yeah, it's so like it is.
It is. It is.
That's
It
a
holds
rare
up.
true thing that you've said. I was just shocked.
I mean, if it is Beethoven, that's the thing we're not entirely sure.
it's definitely the. Yeah.
I mean, I do wonder why she's vegetarian. Because if it's for the animals, seems an odd career to get into.
No, but they look after the animals.
They do look after the animals, but if it's just because don't fancy meat, then that makes sense, I suppose. Bloody tempting though. How tempting would it be? You can't resist sometimes, Duncan.
Yeah, but I also just think it really emphasises just how delish the Nando's vegetarian options are. So.
Anyway, we love Nando's, obviously. Nando's for some reason like us, and we thank you very, very much for loving on us, Nando's. We appreciate it. Our hashtag is #RealPod. Our Facebook is facebook.com/TheRealPodPod, and our Instagram is @TheRealPodPod. Coming up on the podcast, we've got a new sting. We've got a whole new segment, in fact. Very exciting.
I'm so excited about this. You've been working your fingers to the bone putting that sting together.
Mate,
I'd say.
I've been sweating because I've been locked away in a room.
Yeah.
I've got my glow on, but all worth it, I hope, and especially worth it for one man in particular. But anyway, let's kick off with the real news.
Christian.
No time for a question.
Hi,
in a
I
different
can
room.
hear you.
Where's
Hi.
the Hollywood sign? Show yourself.
Oh, no, it's there. There it is.
So
Amazing.
every time
My
your room
noggin's in
looks
the way.
different, and I thought that you were sort of maybe drifting. You would become a drifter, which often happens in Hollywood movies.
And it also happens when people like myself go on their big OE. I mean,
Yeah, that's
look
right.
at
You
Matt.
surf the couch.
Hey,
Look at those tissues.
was that your question, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair question. All right, let's get into the real news. I think, the big news of the week, obviously, was the very bad millennial who...
The one who got in trouble with Mum.
Why is the millennial bad? It's the boomer that's
mum.
bad.
Well, it's kind of, but it's also embarrassing millennial as well. You know?
Why? Because they got hoodwinked by someone they should have been able to trust.
Okay, basically,
Victim blaming.
A millennial put a deposit down on an apartment. What are you guys doing? Have you just put a chewy lolly in your mouth?
Fucking not even a milkshake, but a minty.
Minty in
A
my mouth.
minty?
I'm out.
That's
Oh,
like
okay.
a 7-minute.
Why is there
have
a
you
pile of
gone
lollies
mental?
in front of me?
Bloody
What
selfish
is this like
millennial.
some Nigel Latta experiment? How am I going to do a podcast with a giant pile of lollies in front of me? Of course I'm going
Can't
to
you
eat
take
one.
the minty?
This is madness.
Yeah, minty's yum, but it takes forever.
Okay,
Ironically,
Alex is
moments
out
like
for
this.
15
Dribbling
minutes.
on the lolly.
You need minties.
Oh my
I'm going to
god.
spit it out.
All right, Jane, we're just this is
Speaking of bad
disgusting.
millennials, eh? Anyway, so the millennial put a deposit on an apartment. Then she couldn't secure any finance to buy the damn thing, and she was basically complaining to the media about it. But it was a developing story. It turns out it was her mother who was the real estate agent who sold her the apartment, and I don't know. I guess she didn't tell her the ins and outs of what buying houses and things are all about. So.
I think
Yeah.
she really basically she just had a number to hit and found like a sort of a pliant, you know what do they call it? Like a mark, like an easy mark, and it was
Yeah.
her own daughter. The worst part was, I mean, there's so many bad things about the story, but the fact of it being her dead father's inheritance. She's a real
It's
rough
so
road,
evil.
almost as rough as like. Alex just basically spewed out her minty back into
I've
the
double
packet.
bagged it and I've put it on the chair.
Yeah, and you're going to forget it, and someone's going to find that and think, oh, nice
It's
minty.
going to be ants moving in fast.
Yeah, it's going to be infested. I hope you're happy.
That's crazy.
It's nice to hear your voice, Alex. For a moment there, I thought that was it for the rest of the pod.
I'm back. My chair is creaking a lot. I just want to clarify that it's not a fart. Whenever anything happens, not a fart.
I mean, but now's the time. If there ever was a time to let a few slip, you've got your disclaimer.
No, because I can't move fast.
Exactly.
Oh dear.
So just back to the bad millennial quickly. She set up a Give a Little after that to try and raise some funds to help her pay off get to whatever extra deposit she needed. That didn't go down too well, and so she switched it to become donations to Prostate Cancer Foundation.
Oh.
Because that's what her father passed away from. Anyway, look, it's a hot mess.
It's just
She's
the
found
modern
someone to
world.
go in with
Yeah.
on the apartment now. All's well that ends well.
What's
But
her
on
relationship with her mum like?
I mean, bit all keys, isn't it?
It's a bit orkies.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I'd be very angry.
Your mum, look, Kathy Casey would never do that to you, would she?
What is the worst Kathy Casey's ever done you like that?
She once bought me a big day out ticket for Christmas and threw out the big day out ticket and gave me the receipt because she didn't know what a ticket looked like.
That's pretty bad.
So on Christmas Day, I had to dig through the bin, through all the shit, the rotting shit, to find this soggy ass ticket. But then who got to see My Chemical Romance? Me. Covered in flies.
So good.
Oh, man, what a story.
Oh, man.
Put that in the newspaper.
Okay. Our next story is we love talking about the weather in New Zealand, and there is a fantastic weather stoush going on in the media at the moment. Did you guys read this story?
I saw a tweet about it.
I
So, yes.
actually not only read this story, but I I don't know. What can I claim? Basically, Philip Duncan, so it's NIWA versus Weatherwatch. So NIWA's the fancy official New Zealand government-sanctioned measurement bureau that then privatises and on-sells the information to various parties. Mm-hmm. Weatherwatch is the plucky one-man army just trying to democratise weather for the masses. It's run by this dude, Philip Duncan, cool surname, who's a bit full on, let's just put it that way. And, he's made a bold call about a giant storm that so far hasn't arrived, but we'll see. But he's basically been at war with NIWA for years, and we published a piece on the Spin-Off about this in 2016. So, yes, it's had a bit of a flare-up, but we were there first. We also, when I say published a story about it, I published an opinion piece by Philip Duncan that is a little one-sided. But, it was early days of the Spin-Off, and bloody anything went back then, didn't it?
These days.
I'm just on one knee now.
Tight ship you're running here.
That's right.
Did I say tight shit? Tight ship.
Maybe.
I don't even know anymore.
You could be anywhere. We don't know.
I think it's a great story. I'm really keen to see who wins. Where does Met Service sit in all this?
They're another sort of government weather bureau. There's a whole great feature waiting to be written by someone on all this stuff.
Where do you look for the weather?
I'm Met Service all the way. I've got the app. I paid for the app back in the day, and then it went free, which is a bit of a rip-off for me.
Like Spin-Off app.
Just like I did the same with the Spin-Off app.
Love that. I look at this. I don't even know what it's called. Joe swears by this like Scandinavian. It looks horrible. Like it looks like 8chan or something. Like it's the worst looking website, but he says it's accurate. It's more accurate than anything you'll get here.
Classic Joe. Right?
That is so classic.
Of course, his weather app looks like 8chan.
Do you think when everyone else gets onto it, he'll find a new underground service?
Probably start his own.
Anyway, so good. Storms are brewing. We'll just keep an eye on that.
Well, this is the best part of the story. Sorry to interrupt, Jane. And
that's all right. No.
I think was it Liz Palmer who called me out for constantly interrupting you. I love that there's basically a moment of truth coming. Either there is a giant storm, a brewing, and a hurling bolts of lightning this weekend, or Philip Duncan is in some big trouble, and they can't both be right. That's what you love with a good stoush, like a proof point. So bring on the weekend.
But surely he's just going to do it's unpredictable and it just passed us by. But he's pretty vocal on it, isn't he? He's standing his ground on it.
Yeah.
Which he won't be able to do if the storm rolls in. Because
he's literally yelling at clouds. It's cool.
Okay, the Treasure Island promo is racy AF. Have you seen it?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it when Carl Burnett turns around and you're like, whomst?
Speaking of sexy.
I do not say whomst. I say, there's Nick. It's me old mate.
Did you see when I sent you that in his like publicity shot and he's just wearing like a Garfield t-shirt and a Hawaiian shirt over it? I love him.
That. That's like two layers, in fact, of of great reference. He's a top bloke. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm so looking.
Premiere?
August 18th, I think.
Yeah.
I'm getting a sneaky peek tomorrow afternoon.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
Am I? No.
Dunno.
I'm so excited about it. Like the promo really I just was worried. I didn't know what they were going to do with it. But it's I feel like they've gone super hard, and I like the sort of mock dramatis of it all. It's gonna be it's just buzzy and feels like it's a thing. Correct.
And it's gonna be 3 nights a week, which means I reckon it'll be like, it can't take that long.
Lickety split. I'm so sorry. My knees are sore. I'm kind of blacking out.
Something bad is happening.
Oh, mate. Okay. Now, have you guys got any issues with your passports curling? Because there's a fella. His name's Sonny Neeson. He lives in Christchurch, and he is very annoyed about the curvature of his Kiwi passport. He contacted his local MP about it in 2018, saying the shabby document is an embarrassment to New Zealanders.
Wow.
And this is like a really quite lengthy story on the old stuff.
What's his problem?
It's a bit
pages
you know, like
curling.
the cover goes a bit curved. And like, you know, other countries' passports do not do that.
Well, you need like a thicker cover. Is that his complaint? I don't know if he's storing his passport correctly.
Well,
would be
that's
my
what they've
first-
said. They've suggested, look, you could just pop it under a book or,
I hate to
you know.
victim
Yeah.
blame again.
I mean, also we used to have that. Like, I personally think the shabby document is real. Like, it does happen to your passport, but they only last 5 years now, so it won't be long before you get a new one. And there's so
No.
much.
No, they're back to 10 now. That was something John
Oh, I got it around the wrong way. Tina, can you just cut that out? I don't want to sound
No.
like an idiot on this podcast. I normally sound really smart and cool.
We only have
So-
true facts on the real
Yeah.
pod.
But anyway, so the thing, I just love the metaphor that he has for it. He said, enclosing a valuable passport within a flimsy cover is akin to placing a diamond ring in a paper bag. Or,
Oh my god, chill out.
or this is, I mean, I can understand that maybe thinking a blackened banana is as good. Sorry, is as good as a just ripe one, just because it contains the same essential stuff inside. Now, I
It's
would
like bloody
argue
Shakespeare.
that if the banana is exactly the same inside, then yes, it is as good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually,
Use
great
that for your
point.
baking as well, if it's
So,
turned.
case dismissed.
Judge Jane.
Yeah,
I
wow.
like it.
It's a real international sort of a Newsweek this week. Helen Clark's map situation. Can you explain this to me?
I just thought this was so funny. So Helen Clark tweeted, you know, Helen Clark just loves social media, was big on Snapchat. I don't know if she still loves Snapchat so much, but she's a big tweeter.
You wrote a great thing about it, didn't you?
I did
Read
back
it
in
on
the day
spinoff.
on Spinoff.
She
She tweeted just this image of Europe and New Zealand superimposed on top of it to show something. I guess New Zealand's bigger than you thought, I guess was the reading on it, and people just freaked out about it. And then it kind of went viral. So she just did another one. She's like, people seem to like maps. So she found another one with New Zealand superimposed over another part of the world and was like, there you go. What do you think?
Map Queen.
It's just so great. I love it. Bits.
People have been picking up on it though, and they've all been, replying with their own New Zealand superimposed over Japan and Italy and so on.
Actually, we need to talk about the big parrot.
I don't know about the big parrot, so
Okay, someone
Talk
hasn't
away.
been reading the spin-off.
Big parrot. What's it called? Hercules
Morse?
Expedius or something.
I didn't read it.
They found out that there was a really big parrot that used to be around in New Zealand.
Oh.
And it was the funniest thing about it to me is on all the news sites, they had it on next to a silhouette of a woman who was kind of in a sexy, cocked hip, kind of wearing flared jeans pose. but the parrot came up to her hip. So it's not, it's a big
It's a
deal.
meter.
If only it was still here. I feel like whatever existed ages ago,
So
Do
what
you
are
know
they
this-
saying?
They're saying it was big and it used to be here.
And hang out with a sexy lady
I think so.
from the 70s.
Well, then it's funny.
Shopped
then,
at Hound Dog.
That was on RNZ, and then on the Herald was another lady. But this time she was in profile, but she was clearly wearing a little hat, maybe a little baker boy cap with a satchel and a skirt maybe over pants. It was just, but completely in silhouette. It was the most exciting part of the story.
How did you not write a special
Well, me and Toby
report?
talked about doing it. But you know what happened?
You saved it for the pod, didn't you?
Saved it for the pod.
Good on you. I support
Loyal.
that. Speaking of interesting living things, have you heard of a tardigrade? Because humans, a tardigrade. No? Neither did I until about half an hour ago. But click that link. I dare you to click that link because you've got to see the picture of these things.
What if it's NSFW?
Pardon me?
What if it's NSFW?
It's SFW.
Okay.
It's fine. It's
'Cause we're
fine.
at W right now. Not causing any trouble.
An Israeli spacecraft crashed moments before it was to land on the moon, and it had these little tardigrades on board, which are tiny, tiny little live creatures.
What?
Yeah, they're also known as water bears or moss piglets.
Like a leprechaun. Are they, what kind of... creature
They're
are we
teeny
talking?
tiny, like they're smaller than, I don't know, a piece of rice.
Are
or
they like a
something.
germ
Like a little germ?
type of size?
But
Moss
they can.
piglets.
They're oh god, this is gonna
I need
start
to see
auto
this.
playing some shit. Yeah, no,
Tardigrades.
look at them. Can you see
Yeah,
it?
it's
yet?
loading.
Oh,
better be
mate, they're
good.
funny looking things. They
This
don't
moss
look
piglet.
real. It looks like, you know, those.
They've sent these little creatures to the moon,
Yeah, you know these.
and they
little,
made it.
Well, they're hardy creatures that can have the ability of going into suspended animation. So they expel all their liquid and dry out, and they can reanimate after long periods of time. Sounds like a movie.
I just want to see a picture of this moss piglet, and I'm getting videos and.
I just think
Oh, no,
this is
just
a
scroll
thing on
down,
the
it's right
internet.
near the
I just
bottom.
don't know. I don't think this is good content.
Yeah.
Stuff.
No. Okay.
What?
Anyway, we'll put a picture up in the Real Pod corner. You got to look at them. Anyway, we've left these. Hopefully, anyway, humans have hopefully left some.
So sorry.
They're small. They're less than a millimeter. So hopefully we've left some on the moon, and then isn't that exciting? We brought life to the moon.
That
In the
is
form of
exciting.
Tardigrades.
Little moss piglet.
Moss piglets.
Representing us all.
One final bit of news before we move on. It is the champagne birthday month of Alex Casey.
What?
Someone put this in the
28 on the
document.
28th. Don't you forget it.
I think it was Alex Casey put
What's
this in the
the day?
document.
What the day?
28.
Ooh.
Giving
Yeah.
us some notice
Later
there. So
on.
is that,
I'm giving you a bit of notice.
Okay.
But, yeah. Just a nice run up.
It's
are you
also
after some Laura Giddy brownie or something?
I'm not going to be specific. I just think
just
it's
something.
probably going to be the year of my life.
Well, I
Astrology
remember
tells
buying
me.
you a lovely novel for your birthday, which you've
Which I've still
definitely
got.
read.
I haven't read a book in about 10 years. Like,
you've written a book in that time.
I'll get round to it. It's the Chris Harrison book, which actually I saw. Oh no, maybe that was an On the Rag. Don't worry. Oh no, it was Real Pod.
It was Real
Oh, no, it
Pod.
wasn't.
It
Someone's
was.
trying to start a book club.
Someone's sending. Is that they started off with some bachelor books that they don't want
Yeah.
anymore, and they want to send them for free to another reality TV enthusiast. Is that the one?
I love that. Okay, I'll make a pledge. I'm going to read the Chris Harrison book, and then I'm going to enter it into the Real Pod circulation book club,
Okay.
fight club, whatever it is.
We've got reality check for you very soon, but first, a wee message. Hello, if you don't mind, we just want to have a quick word about the spin-off members. It's a new initiative designed to facilitate the most important but sadly hard to fund journalism. By becoming a member, you'll be supporting the hiring of more journalists and you'll have your say in directing new areas of coverage here at the spin-off. You can choose your level of contribution, and if it happens to be $80 or more, you'll receive a copy of the spin-off's inaugural book and a tote bag. Help shape the spin-off by becoming a member. Visit thespinoff.co.nz/members.
Ah? Is this
So
a
do
message
we
now?
have to record one now?
No,
You can change your second. Okay, so we'll just come back.
Okay, so no, I'm going to play my sting. Hang on.
I am disgusted at how much you have copied my husband.
Stings on. I'm going to check on what Baraka's doing.
What's doing?
Baraka's been around for 50 years, I've just seen on Instagram.
We were just sitting here for 2 seconds. She gets on bloody
It's because
Instagram.
my
What?
brain is broken. I have a phone addiction. I need to go to jail. It's the only way.
Do you know I went through a stage where I had a Baraka every day? Like I woke up and had a Baraka. That was how I started my day.
That sounds so
was
delicious.
it cool?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, I think it worked. I might go back to it. Can you get Baraka in America? Do you guys know?
Yeah, I mean, I assume.
Okay, I'm gonna look
You
for
definitely get some fizz.
that. Alex, can you please start us off here with Boss Babes? 'Cause I
Oh
haven't seen
yeah. Have either of you watched Boss Babes?
No, I read your review though.
Can't believe
It
people-
made me laugh and it made me think.
That's good. And that's the goal. I really enjoyed the first 2 episodes of Boss Babes. It is following Ialoo and her kind of just little mate, I guess, Edna Swart, who are both e-commerce influencer types. Ialoo famously had the big controversy around Celebration Box, where she was like either delivering quite shonky celebration boxes or they weren't showing up, and she was like deleting comments, and it was all a bit of quite a big controversy, like Commerce Commission involvement, blah blah blah. They write it off in like 2 lines in the show, saying like everyone deals with a little hate sometimes. Like
When you
downplay it quite a lot.
do a little stealing.
Boss Babes is really good, and I can't believe neither of you have watched it. I see I'm fucking it up now.
No, that's all right. Just keep going.
Boss Babes is great.
I'm going to watch it. And I'm also going to watch Funny As, and I'm also going to watch Golden Boy. I'm going to do all my homework this week.
Yeah.
I can't watch any of those things here. I need to find a way.
Oh,
I need the
boo-hoo.
publicist to help me out. Tried.
See,
I tried. Didn't work.
Jane, I've got Boss Babes in my inbox. I'll just send it to you. I've got a Vimeo.
Send it over. Please do.
But yeah,
All
it's
right.
like it's super fun, and it's like it feels in the same way that like I don't know if it's like rich people or if it's influencer types, in the same way that Real Housewives, like they're just born to like be on camera. They're not self-conscious. They're not embarrassed about who they are, which makes it's just way quicker. You're into it. There's no mucking around, and it's pretty crazy. Like. There's like a party in episode 1 at Ia's house, which I'm pretty sure she's renting because it's the House of Drag house, and I don't think she owns it. But Max Key's there. People arrive by chopper. It's just a very luxurious life that I didn't know people younger than me had.
You've just blown our content for the corner, by the way.
What do you mean?
Max Keys there.
Oh yeah,
No.
we'll go back to it later. There's more. There's more in the corner.
Well, you know that Max Key Corner is basically just about the sting.
Yeah.
It's not even about the
Yeah.
content. So all we need is one line, and that's the whole corner. But anyway, we can expand ever so slightly. The block this week was quite boring. Did you guys? Are you? am I
Block
right?
stars. I love Block
Oh.
stars.
I hate block stars.
Do you hate it? I find it so funny. It's so shit.
It's so bad.
Jace and JJ and Flinny.
Okay,
I do like seeing radio people on TV.
me too. But Jace
They're
isn't
such
really
creatures.
just a radio person. Jace is a TV man.
Flinny undeniably is, though.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, well, we'll start off with room reveal. It was living room and media room room reveal. I don't have anything to say on this.
Watch the room reveals.
And Sophia Macari did some funky shit in their room. Like they had
They do so
couches
much
back to
funky
back. It was
shit.
just bananas. They got
Well, and they just didn't finish it again. And
again.
got upset again.
They're so bitter and twisted now. Lisa and Ribs paid 1.5 points that they had. On top of another +1 that they got for timber shelf or some shit. Ethan and Sam bought a 0.5 from Sophia Macari, but Stacey and Adam won. So basically,
And Stacey and
they
Adam
all
So
played
funny.
their points, and it meant nothing.
and still couldn't take down the weird like they still don't feel like they're just crushing it, but they just keep winning every
They
week.
are, yeah. It's weird, eh?
It's
But I
because
thought-
Sophia and Macari aren't finishing anything, and they're not finishing anything like to quite a bad extent.
It's just that's definitely going to be a big problem for them. But I thought Stacey and Adam's media room looked like a prison.
It
was
looks so
terrible.
bad.
It's so tiny. It's about as big as this table.
I like the concept. Like, I like the idea of a snug, wee cave type room to watch telly in. But yeah, it was like horrible. Like a bunker.
Yeah,
Could double as a bunker.
yeah.
All
It
you
could
need
be a
for a
safe,
bunker is grey walls.
like a safe room. It
What?
just and the grey made the tiny space just so oppressive.
Can't believe
her up.
we're actually
Pop
having
her
like
up.
proper,
Even I know
proper
that.
decor
Zigzag.
chats right now. But there were lollies in the room, weren't there? They're like jars
What
of
kind?
lollies.
Minties?
So, 10 points, in my opinion.
You're gonna go back
Um,
there.
It's this week. It is laundry, hallway, front entrance, and internal stairs week, aka all the bits haven't done yet. So it's the last of the inside stuff. Yes, Duncan.
No, that's not what it's supposed to be. I'm just trying not to talk over you.
Oh, okay.
It's just so boring, all this stuff. Like
but
it's been a real slog of a season, as we discussed last week, and it does feel like it's just been playing for our entire lives, and it's still basically just started. But this week in particular, I just think they should try and find a way to like not do it on camera or something. 'Cause just listen to the name of it, like laundry, internal stairwell. What's it called?
Hallway and front
Hallway.
entrance.
I never want to see any of that stuff on my TV. My TV is for cool, sexy stuff. I don't want to see your stairwell. I don't want to see your laundry.
I want to see a laundry. I'm a big fan of a laundry, like a good laundry.
All right, good laundry, sure. But I
Yeah.
mean, look at none of these guys are any good. They can't make a good laundry. No disrespect.
This is like a bad year stylistically overall, in my opinion.
It's terrible.
You know what's good, and what we need for next year. I'm just right here, right now, going to lay it out there. Next year, love it or list it, NZ.
Oh,
What's that?
It's the 6th most popular show in New Zealand. It stars Kirsty and Phil. Nikki's just got obsessed with it, and so I've been sort of half watching it, as you do. Basically, they go to a couple who are trying to decide whether to remodel their house or move out, and Kirsty remodels the house with them, and Phil tries to find them like a really cool place that they could afford to move into, and it is an absolute heaving primetime smash on TV1, and it's real sweet and engaging watch, and it has some sort of blockish elements because, you know, you get the motion of the house, but you're sort of in their lives more, and it's all very sort of English countryside, and they're all just kind of nice, regular folk. And it's watching that back to back with The Block, which is all just like Jason laughing at people for not being part of the Ponsonby 500, and Mark just yelling and whistling again, and like he has been for our entire lives. I'm sorry to say that again. But, you know, it's just, I think we need a new format. We can still do up houses, we just need something fucking new.
What about changing rooms? Get Sally Ridge back. That was fun.
Yeah.
do you remember when the guy from Blind Spot was in one of those things where the partner does up the room, like the wife goes away and the man does up the room? Do you remember that?
No, blind
It
spot.
wasn't changing rooms. It was something. Yeah, it was a
Shelton.
the singer from
No.
Blind Spot.
It's like demolishing
Damien.
rooms.
Anyway, I'm gonna find that. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna show it to you. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh, the only thing about Love It or List It, Duncan, is that Kirsty and Phil are what make that show, and I don't know that we've got a Kirsty and Phil here.
I think I'm looking at them.
Where are you looking?
Me and Alex.
What can I do?
I think Alex is Kirsty and you're Phil.
I'm definitely. I love Phil. I'm
What
weirdly
do I have to
attracted
do?
to him.
You
You have to renovate the house, and I have to go.
Sorry.
I love looking at real estate. I'd love to take them around. That's it. Right, okay. The spin-off, copyright. We have to give it a slightly different name and change it 15%. So
Like it or lump
or
it.
sell it.
Like it or sell it is so good. Like it or sell it NZ with Alex and Jane. Copyright the spin-off. An original idea. Cool.
You laugh.
That's the
you
block
laugh
finish.
now.
Well, we need to just talk about block stars for
We
a
do. Okay, so this is what happens.
All right.
And laundry hallway, front entrance, and internal stairs week is also Block Stars week to try and detract from the absolute snooze fest that is all that shit. The prize is $8,000 cash, which is pretty good, and also, crucially, the chance to take another team out of room reveal. So, you actually got a better shot then of winning another $7,000. It's a lot of money. We didn't talk about it last week, but Sam and Ethan borrowed $30,000 from the bank.
Did they?
It's kind of nuts. Hey?
How funny is Ethan at Farmers being like, I've got $4.
He's as bad as that bloody
Get
millennial.
yourself a sheet mask and nothing else. So amazing.
That was
Respect to
so-
the boys.
30 grand is so much money. And you
And
know
it's
what
coming off,
Mark's
so
like?
it's going to be taken off their reserve or added onto their reserve, rather.
And Mark's just like we know what he's like. He's like a brutalist landlord. If there's ever any like increase in like the winter energy payment, he's like, I'm having that. Like this 30 grand is going to be like punitive interest. He's going to absolutely destroy these lads. They'll be living in a dungeon underneath him, mowing his lawns before long.
Oh, God. He's going to have to sell that baby
boys.
that's on the way.
You actually get good money for a baby.
Oh, that's good. Anyway, so Ethan and Sam were on music.
That's
Lisa
the chair.
and
Chair, sorry.
I don't
Tina,
believe you.
just cut that out. The listeners don't want to hear that.
Lisa and Ribs are on Circus Act, which is lucky because Ribs' uncle owns a circus, which is completely not a surprise, by the way. Stacey and Adam are on comedy, and Sophia and Mikado were on dance. So let's get into Block Stars. Ethan and Sam performed the #1 smash hit "Yeah the Boys," in which Sam
I
rapped.
loved it.
Sam rapped some lols, and Ethan did 4/5 of fuck all. But the best part of it was that when they got judged harshly by Flinny, I think it was Ethan was like, oh, and that judge on the far right, he just has no clue who he is.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
The
He
thing is,
doesn't
that
know.
makes radio people crazy.
Yeah.
Because they're
Yeah,
like,
totally.
in their mind, they're some of the New Zealand's biggest celebrities. And so this idea that, like, Ethan and Sam are just like, who the fuck is Flinny? Which should be the follow-up to Yeah, the Boys. that would just destroy him. Like, he'll still be stewing on that. I love it.
I thought those boys should have won. I was absolutely charmed. I would have liked to have seen Ethan do something other than like screw up the champagne confetti thing a couple of times. But man, they're charismatic and funny. They just give it a crack. They leave it all out there.
There were some actual proper little jokes in there versus Stacey and Adam's.
Anti-jokes.
The anti-comedy routine that somehow won them Block Stars. Well, we'll just talk about that then, shall we?
Yeah,
Jeremy
let's do
Corbett
it.
came in to help them out. It is, my first comment I wrote underneath was, it's shit. And then I had to go back after Sophia and Mikado did theirs and put, but they win afterwards, because that's what happened. That sums it up. It was shit, but they won.
Yeah.
Why did they win?
No one seemed to be laughing. No one seemed to be laughing. I thought, actually, you know what? I thought Lisa and Ribs should have won. I'm changing my mind right
I think
here,
Lisa
right
and
now.
Ribs should have won too.
Costumes.
Wow.
Ribs is a lion. Mark Richardson being roasted. I thought her like ringleader outfit was sensational as well. It wasn't half-assed.
I enjoyed it. I otherwise quite entertaining is what I've got written there. More cross-dressing, otherwise quite entertaining. And also the training with the acrobats. I mean, obviously the people at the theatre weren't privy to that, but we were. That was hilarious. Those acrobats at the park were like, what the fuck have we got on our hands here? It was hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, look, comedy would be the worst one to get, and it's just like a nightmare. It's handing you a nightmare. So maybe they won because it was just like such a hell category. I don't know.
But they wanted it.
Did they?
They wanted it, yeah. They aimed
What's the
for
best
it.
one to get? What would you want to get on Block Stars?
Music or dance. I would just write like a funny song. I'm quite good at rewriting lyrics to songs,
Are you?
just quietly, I think.
Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah, exactly. He got there first, but I was coming up behind.
I feel like I'd like to do dance. Like when I watched Sophia, oh my God, I don't even know her name. I thought they were going to do, like, if it was me, I'd do, like, the nay-nay.
You do
I'd do a
comedy
string
dance,
of novelty
right?
comedy dances.
Of course you do. You don't do a fucking try
Every
and
Friday
be
night.
on Dancing with the Stars. It was so embarrassing.
It was so much kissing. It was not appropriate.
It was NSFH. I, this week, really cannot be... I can't get past Mikado's bug eyes. I can't...
I know.
Once you've sort of noticed it for the first time, and apologies to anyone who hasn't picked up on it, even though we've talked about it before, yet fucked now. They're coming right
Yeah.
out of his head. And
He's
it's-
doing.
my eyes
He's like doing it.
told
No,
him.
no, no. You
What's
don't.
the
You don't go
name?
like this. Like he's doing like full Jack Nicholson. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Okay.
Anyway.
And when he was wearing that wig, it was funny. Just want to make that clear.
But then they didn't do a funny dance, and it sort of, I don't know.
It was just awkward.
The other thing is, though, with their dance, it was put to stock music. So I suspect that they did a dance to some other music that we didn't get to hear.
Yeah.
And it didn't quite work on the stock music. Anyway,
I don't feel
You're-
like anything's ever happened that's more Sophia and Makari than dancing to stock music. It's,
are you all right there, Dunk?
no, I was
Doing
sort of
some kind of.
You in pain?
It's fine. It's fine. I found this new position where I'm fine.
Is this
I
the,
just-
the
Titanic,
airplane?
king of the
I
world.
do the airplane.
King of the world
and I
type
just
thing.
sort of
Swaying.
yeah, just move my weight from one foot to another, and it's actually fine. And no
Okay.
one notices anything's different. So
Okay.
Oh, dear.
Ribs and Lisa have another falling out, and now Ribs is in charge of decorating. I don't know what, the laundry. I mean, it's what do you need to do?
I don't know. Just let Lisa do what she wants. I want to see that. I want to see her hot pink, whatever the hell it is.
Go for it. But he also goes in and just measures the whole of Ideas. He's like measuring like fake flowers. He's measuring basically the front window. It's great. The one thing that I enjoyed the most in this week's block was the grumpy Rosine lady. She was absolutely
furious.
fucking terrifying.
Poor Ethan. He
She
doesn't
was-
know.
No, how would he know? And I
He
just,
was just
I
trying
just,
to pick a thing. Was
I
it
really want to
wallpaper?
know which Rosine store was that? Does anyone know? Because I don't want to ever go there.
I'm not sure.
She,
But I felt really bad for the guy.
yeah,
They're
I
trying
didn't-
so hard. And I just pointed at some random thing in a booklet and said, I want 1,000 of those. It wasn't even wallpaper, Ethan.
Oh, and well,
You
that's
just
what
pointed
she
at
was
a
so,
picture of something else.
that's what she was so pissed off about. Oh my god. Anyway,
they're the boys.
all Rosine's sponsorship money down the drain in that one moment. Okay, and that's it. I guess we've on Sunday we get the big reveal of Duncan's favourite week, some steers, and then we'll be onto the outdoors next week, where we get to enjoy them doing up a deck. I don't know. What,
They
there is no
have
outdoors.
There's no outdoors.
Do they all have outdoors?
No.
No.
No, because
They
old
were like a
mates,
window.
the millennials don't have any sort of a
But
decking
what
situation.
were they talking about when they were all talking about the winter garden? What was all that
okay.
talk?
Oh, we'll
Maybe
see, I
that's
guess.
I think it could be like a true all-time shitter. The outdoors week, because I think basically they've got one deck and like a driveway. Like they're really punishing us. But look, it's fine. You know, it just sort of exists to make you more hardy, and you know, you can just we're just dealing with adversity, aren't we? Like that troglodyte or whatever it's called from space.
Moss pig.
Oh God, you know how I did the recaps for a couple of years on the spin-off for the
That's
blog?
right.
I am
Treasured.
so glad I don't have to do it this year.
Callum's doing it on
Callum's
stuff.
doing it episode by episode for stuff.
He's really struggling. Have you been reading
Sensational.
them?
Can someone send them
He-
some flowers?
He's sort of got like the bottom half is just sort of these amorphous statistics. It's like he's really struggling for word count, which I can totally understand.
Okay,
Not long to go now.
I'm about to play a sting it's a brand new sting for a brand new segment. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Born ready.
Okay, here we go.
How comfortable is too comfortable in a
When
relationship?
you in The Simpsons jump the shark.
What was the first album you ever owned?
What was your gateway podcast?
It's a nice little ditty. Lovely singing.
Who made that?
Who made that?
Paul
Gosh.
Williams has really outdone himself.
Really has. Wayne's World is our new section, and it's inspired by, of course, the one and only Wayne.
The
Lewis.
mayor of the Real Pod Corner.
He'll be there long after we're
My president, actually.
long dead and gone.
We noticed that, we're a bit shit at posting in the corner, but Wayne is not shit at posting in the corner. He's very good at it. He's often coming up with talk topics, just of his own volition, and they get a lot of traction. I thought, shit, this is pod content, right?
Totally.
One less thing for us to do.
Genius.
So
Genius.
each week we're going to take one of Wayne's random discussion topics and we're just going to apply it to ourselves in the pod here and have a little chat. How do you feel
Can't
about
wait
that,
for
guys?
this.
Let's
love
rip
it.
into it.
What do we
Okay.
got?
Okay, so this week, one of the topics that Wayne posted was about an article in which someone was talking about friends of theirs who they discovered didn't have a side of the bed, that they interchanged. It's a romantically linked couple who share a bed, but they change out. You right there?
Every night. I know. Duncan called me. I'm just quite tired. And I just yawned off. No, I went off camera as to not disrespect you. I'm
No,
loving
it's not me.
this.
I mean, it's Wayne's World, right?
Can't believe you did that to Wayne.
Well, so stop talking about bed then. I'm going to start thinking about sleep. What do you want me to do? I'm a simple girl.
And yet all those times we've talked about toilets and pooping, and yet...
She's so excited.
That you're aware of.
All right. Let's get back on topic. I think
Okay.
this person is crazy. I can't even imagine that.
It's a crazy thing to do.
Okay.
Craziness.
But what was really interesting was reading through people's comments in the corner about the reasons why they, prefer one side of the bed. For some people, it's like they prefer to be further away from the door so that their other half can take care of the inevitable attacks from random strangers who pop in during the night. For some, it's just like, I like to be close to the PowerPoint. Do you guys have a reason? Is there a reason?
No, I'm closer to the door. I sleep on the, oh my God, left.
If
As
you're
you're
looking,
facing the bed?
so Joe's on the
as
right.
I'm lying down. Yeah.
Yeah. And here's a question. When you go away and you're at a motel, let's be real, do you sleep on the same sides as you do at home? Or do you change it up?
I'm trying to
Duncan's, what are you doing, Duncan? Are you
some-
trying to figure out what side you sleep on?
He's doing some ribs measurements around the place.
Yeah, always on the same side. If I even just lie down for a 2-minute, I'm exhausted on Nikki's side, I feel guilty and like I'm going to get in trouble, and I just can't relax. So I go around my side. Mine's closest to the door. I get up very early, notoriously early, and I just it's the way of least likely to disturb my partner, and I'd never change. I'd rather die. So that's that.
Here's another quick question. When you didn't have a partner, when you were just like a single person sleeping alone most nights, did you have a side then? Because I did.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was the other side.
What?
Now that I think about it,
Oh,
I've compromised everything.
You have?
I thought you were a feminist.
Yeah, I thought so too. I was just about to say the same thing.
I've got a bombshell. There was no side. I had a single bed.
Right up until you got...
Up
until you cohabitated.
Yeah, that's fine.
Amazing.
Wow.
No, I had a single bed, but I had a single bed, then I got a partner and had a double bed, and then after my partner left, had a single bed again for a couple of years. Then I got a double bed when I got a partner again, and I'm sure that soon enough I'll be back in the old single bed, having both sides to myself.
Oh my God, Wayne, thanks for this.
God.
Oh, so good. Okay. What a vision.
It's all true.
Can you imagine your little feet
Sad as hell.
dangling out the end there of the
That's
bed?
amazing.
No, they're the
Okay.
normal length. It's the width.
No, I know, but single beds are shorter, aren't they?
No.
I
You
don't know.
custom,
Full
you
length.
custom made tall single
Big and
bed.
tall bed.
I mean, you
Small
want
and
to find
tall.
yourself in a king single or a long single if you need that extra length. But anyway, let's
What's a
move on
long
to the
single? It's not even a
review.
real bed.
Great.
5 out of 5 from me.
The nicest thing that's ever happened.
And that's the real review.
Huh?
Okay. Oh, you right? You guys having a little... Do you need to...
I was just asking Alex whether she was going to review Minties based on a 30-second
so many
entanglement.
minties. We got sent. Sam Brooks got sent a backpack full of minties and milkshakes.
Can you send me
Like-
some?
Hundreds.
I'll give some to my mum. She's coming over next week. I might just get her to go buy a packet. I miss minties. I really like minties.
I was enjoying the humiliating. This is a classic. See this one, Jane? Moments like these, you need minties.
Oh, you're
Guy
farting.
chasing another guy. No, he's chasing another guy. Well, I guess it's rugby.
Oh, no, he's
actually.
pulled his
Not
pants
chasing
off,
him, and
isn't
he's
he?
absolutely pulled his pants off. And it's just a bare ass.
Yeah.
It's a bare ass there.
Wow.
And that's what.
That's-
Is that allowed?
Yeah, that's the
That
thing.
is not
for
safe
W?
for school. For certain. My goodness.
What is that encouraging in the children?
Not sure.
Anyway, my review is of Costco. Costco's coming to New Zealand. I've been to Costco here twice now. The first time I went with Joel, and so I managed to restrain myself. The second time, yesterday, I went on my own. And if you don't know what Costco is, it's basically like a wholesale thing that's open to the public, and you pay an annual fee, and you can go in and buy, you can shop there. but everything's in bulk. It's like, and when I say bulk, it's like really, really, really in bulk. So I just needed some flour and some bagels. So I went
Now you
in
have
for
a
some flour
shop?
and bagels, and I came out with neither flour nor bagels, but a giant bag of Doritos, like literally the size of my torso, a giant bag of
Wow.
popcorn, a
Where
giant
is
bag
it?
of chickpea snacks, giant packet of Oreos. It's like 10 packets of Oreos in one, 2 packets of pork buns, 2 loaves of bread, a 2-pack bottle of bottle brushes for I don't even know why, a 12-pack of Kinder Joys, a 12-pack of ciabatta rolls, a bunch of bananas, and 24 flannels.
24 flannels.
That's weird.
So
You
many
okay?
But this is what
flannels.
happens, and you can buy TVs in there. You can buy beds. There's just like mattresses stacked up against the wall. It's the craziest place, and I love it.
Also,
But I can't
shout
go
out-
there again.
No, but they are legendarily great employers. Costco.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they pay really well. They look after their people. They're really low staff turnover. Shout out
Wow.
to Costco, looking out for their people.
What's going
Also,
on?
the other thing is, I think they wouldn't have a great rate of shrinkage, because there wouldn't be a lot of shoplifting going on. It'd be very, very, very hard to shoplift from Costco without being caught.
Do you have the Doritos bag? I want to see it.
I mean, it's
Go,
downstairs.
go grab it.
Size
Go
of a
grab it.
torso.
Go grab it. We'll just
Okay,
chat.
well, can you? I'm just going to play the community notice board sting,
Okay.
and then you can
Okay.
talk about that. So here we go.
Oh shit. I need to look at it. Oh yeah, that's fine. 'Cause we don't have to see you.
I actually have to go.
Duncan has to go. I'll just do the community notice board by myself then.
Monopod.
Monopod.
Good luck, Alex. I believe in you.
Thanks, Dunk. Hi, everybody. Jane's gone. Duncan's just about to leave the room. And you are my captive audience. Community notice board this week was something sent to me by Alice Waimarie, ex-producer of The Real Pod, which was a sad old lady. Very sad old lady on, I don't know what page it was. Let me just load up the doc. And she has some pickled cabbage that she wants to move. She's shifting major units, but it was her language around how she thought she'd sell it. Jane's back. Thank God, Jane. I'm just loading the doc. I'm not even ready.
Okay.
I'm not going to say her name, but I am going to tell you.
Look at her picture.
This is a
bless
fucking
her.
nightmare. My computer's crashed.
Okay, I'll tell you. Okay, this was on a buy-sell trade page, and lovely lady is selling 1 jar of sour crap.
$2. Oh, so here we go. $2.
Bargain.
This was homemade, also known as pickled cabbage. This was made on the 9th of the 5th, 2018. And then someone commented, damn, autocorrect lols. She commented, what do you mean? Someone else said, sour crap, laughing face. Poor Margaret. Then someone came in.
Hang on. You weren't going to say her name.
Oh, shit. Bleep that
That's
out,
okay.
Tina.
I mean, she could be Margaret.
Could be anyone. Could be Margaret Mayhew, you know. We just don't know if it's not. She did. Oh, God, I bet she's dead. Is she dead? Is Margaret Mayhew dead?
Please don't cut that out.
That was the chair. And then someone came in, maybe you mean sauerkraut. And then this woman, when no one knows what her name is, this nameless woman replied, sorry. 1 jar
I
of
love it.
sauerkraut, $2.
I mean, she's not making a lot of money on her sauerkraut or crap there. She's not
She's
making
not.
like it's a bargain. Get amongst, I say.
You can't get much for $2 these days, you know?
You can't, but you can get a jar of sauerkraut.
It's great for the gut.
Sauerkraut so that you don't have sour craps. How about that?
We should get on a marketing team.
Do you want to see the giant bag of Doritos?
Please.
I feel like it's going to be a disappointment. I might hold it up in front of me just so that it just...
Are you going to do some like Peter Jackson camera tricks to make it look? I mean it could be any
obviously-
size, Jane. It could be any size. You need to hold it up next to something
This is my
for
face.
scale.
That's my face.
Do you have your... Okay.
There's
Okay.
A can. There's a can.
Oh, okay.
Can of
The
drink.
can's quite good.
I mean, I can't
That's
fit it all
big.
in frame.
It is big. I'm actually impressed. Are the Doritos normal size?
It's nearly a kilogram. It's 850 grams of Doritos. Doritos are not heavy, yet this bag of Doritos is quite heavy.
Is it like the size of like a large school backpack?
It's the size of a small school backpack.
Okay. It's looking pretty good. I am impressed.
But it's far too much for one person because I'm the only person eating them.
Why is nobody else eating the Doritos?
Oh, because they're shit. We don't want to feed the kids this. And it's that really strong nacho cheese flavour. I should have got. They didn't have any other option.
Why did you buy such a giant bag?
They were there. It's like I went, I fancy some Doritos, but you're at Costco, everything's giant. You can't just buy a little pack of Doritos. So I just bought this nearly kilogram pack.
Oh my god.
Anyway, I'll save you some.
Supersize me. You're doing your own supersize me in a way.
Anyway, just quickly back to the real review. I never gave Costco a rating. 5 out of 5. But anyway, let's move into the cranny.
Colin's Cranny. Colin's Cranny. Colin's Cranny. Cranny.
Colin's Cranny.
Colin's Cranny.
No.
Damn it!
Okay, you can do this one.
So Colin, this is actually it's a hot week for the cranny. Can I talk about my personal experience with Colin first?
Please do.
So Tina and I and Sam Brooks, culture editor of the Spin-Off, went to a screening of The Bachelor Australia, which is starting next week. So we'll probably talk about it next week on the pod. We had a great time. Guess who was there in the gold class foyer? It was Colin, and he was talking to Simone Anderson, and he was there with Tay Surge from Maths.
What do you mean there was? Like caught a lift? Like
was.
caught the same
They
Lexus? Or?
they came together, and it was intriguing. But I talked to Colin for a while, and he was I witnessed the way that he acts. You know, I feel like when people bring around a giant plate of hors d'oeuvres, it's always quite a good, just test of how chill or unchill people are. I took 3 halloumi burgers, sliders, just stacked them up, kind of pushed them down and just ate them in one go. Whereas Colin, he did they came around with little bruschetta type thing. And he was like, oh, what is this? Feigning kind of interest. She's like, oh, it's bruschetta, it's pesto, tomato. And he's like, oh, lovely. And then just reached down, mimed picking one up, mimed eating it, and was like, delicious, thank you.
He's amazing.
He was amazing. It's the most classic. And then there was another round of stuff. I can't remember what it was this time. Oh, it was the calamari. No, it was the vegetarian burgers, the halloumi burgers that I squashed into a pile. And he was like, he's like, oh, what is in this? And she's like, oh, it's halloumi. And he's like, oh, are they vegetarian? And she's like, yeah. And he's like, no, thanks, I'm allergic. He just had he had a zinger for every snack that came out. And I was just in awe. It was very special.
Do you think he just sits at home with a notebook and writes possible
really felt
responses
like it.
To things?
That's why he's the master. He's just amazing. So I really enjoyed that. He was also great on Twitter this week. Full disclosure, I was at a funeral and accidentally asked a blind man to take a photo of myself and friends. Honestly, he said, I'm blind. Then I noticed he had a walking stick, etc. But he was the best dressed man in the fucking room. Hashtag style.
Again, this is just to call back to earlier on in the podcast when you were talking about Beethoven. This is a man who can't see what he's dressing himself in, and yet still manages to catch the eye, the stylish eye of Colin Mathura-Jeffrey.
True.
That's saying something.
Something's going on, eh? Just, that man's life.
Okay, so we're going to be watching this space to see if there's something, if Colin and Tay just mates as, or if they're more than mates as.
Yeah. I'm into it.
It's such
Either
an
way.
enigma. It's such a mystery to me. I don't feel like we'll never know. We'll just never know.
We'll never know.
And that brings us to the part of the podcast where we dance.
Like and subscribe.
Max Key Corner. I know. I'll never forget you.
Pretty good.
I'm just going off your lip sync. It's very difficult.
Okay, Boss Babes, tell us about it. Amelia was there too, wasn't she?
To flesh it out, yeah. Amelia just followed me on Instagram as well. I feel like I'm being watched by things.
She's probably got her name in that Google search thing, saved search, and you've written a piece and she's popped up in it. She's gone,
True.
Who's this then?
Well, they actually are quite a big plot point in the party storyline. So Amelia's invited and she arrives, and Ia has to kind of break the news to her that Max Key was also on the invite list, but is sort of sheds responsibility, being like, a whole bunch of us sent the invites out. It's fine. And Amelia's kind of like, I really wanted her to be like really angry, but she's sort of just like, oh, I hate you. But she's like smiling and like beautiful and like seems kind of fine with it. And then Ega's like, it's fine, just stay at separate ends of the house, which I thought was quite funny. And then Max turns up and there's like a point where he pulls her aside for a chat, to use some Love Island terminology, and they're down at the tennis court talking it out like, yeah. And then Amelia talks about later with the girls that apparently he was kind of cracking back on with her and had texted her or something and was giving her the eyes. So it feels like it's like a weird level of intimacy suddenly to know about that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I loved it. I thought it was quite captivating to see, but I feel like you normally don't. You see that on The Bachelor and stuff, but when it's actually people who you kind of know a lot about, like Max Key.
And yet simultaneously nothing at all.
Yeah, it felt like a real kind of weird revelation.
But also quite weird considering that they're not the central characters of the show.
I know.
To have about like for literally like just drop in cast.
Yeah. There's a lot of it. There's other cameos. Lots of the Heartbreak Island people are there. Christiane gets put forward to be a potential suitor for Ialoo, who's looking for a new boyfriend. But there's a little bit of dramatic irony because one of the suitors we know now is her baby daddy 6 months later. So I think that's going to go well.
That's amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
Please send me those. Send me.
I will. And in episode 2, she gets her Brazilian butt lift, and it's gnarly. On episode 3, and you see everything.
Yay!
It's just crazy. It's so fascinating. It's so fascinating.
In other Max Key news, he's planning on reopening the flag debate when he runs for Prime Minister in 2044. You don't really run for Prime Minister, but anyway. Details.
How much time have we got?
We got 25 years.
Okay. Well, at least he said he's going to open it back up for debate and not just change it like John Key said he wished he had done recently.
I mean, no, hang on. I mean, that's my wording. Maybe he is just planning on changing it.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. Let's see. He's been posting photos of being at this Tomorrowland festival. Is that what it's called?
Don't know.
And there's one where he's sitting on someone's shoulders, like partying out, but he's blurred out, he's blacked out the face of the person whose shoulders he's on.
Why?
So he's just got this like black scribbled out area in his crotch region. Well, I guess he wanted to protect their I don't know. I assumed it was because they wanted to remain anonymous, but then you scroll across on the carousel on Instagram and that person turns up like 2 photos later, full reveal.
Is it a man or a woman?
It's a man.
Okay.
And I can tell it's him because I recognised him from his watch and wristband in the previous blacked out shot.
Detective Jane.
I know. I'm very good at the Googling and internet.
Maybe
things.
it was like just a real ugly pic of the guy.
That's the only explanation.
That's so funny though. It's like, if you're friends with someone, they're like, I look really ugly, don't post that. You're normally kind of like, okay, I'll take the L. I won't do it. But funny to be like, I will scribble out your face because I want this photo so badly.
The only other possible option is that this guy's like, I told my girlfriend at a show previously that I've got a bad shoulder so that she couldn't sit on my shoulders when Pink was playing. So I can't be seen having someone else on my shoulders, Max. Okay? Put up the photo if you like, but you cannot give away that it was me.
True.
Okay. I really want to, as per usual.
This is going to be an ongoing investigation.
I want to know, and I don't know, and Max is not going to tell us because he pretends we don't exist.
This is true, but that cannot last forever.
No, it's only a matter of time.
Judgment Day will come.
That brings us to the end of our podcast. Thank you very much for listening. Bye, Duncan. Duncan's gone.
Duncan's gone.
Duncan. Long gone.
Tina's still here and you're still here.
Thanks, Tina. Thanks, Nando's. Thanks, Alex. And,
Thank you, Jane.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye. Hooroo. Oh, lordy.
Talofa Lover. I'm Madeline Chapman, editor at The Spinoff. If you have the means, consider supporting our high-quality journalism by becoming a Spinoff member. Sign up now at thespinoff.co.nz/donate.
Kia ora, this is Toby Manhire, here to urge you to tune in to Gone by Lunchtime, a podcast with me, Annabelle Lee Mather and Ben Thomas, tackling the world of New Zealand politics, from policy to polling, from scandal to psychodrama. Listen to Gone by Lunchtime, brought to you by the Spinoff Podcast Network, wherever good pods are sold.
The Spinoff Podcast Network.